This episode of the Red Raider Roundup is brought to you by FlexiGrip.
Want to get back in the game? Then you should get FlexiGrip. Grip like you still got it. Use code OldmanWins to save today. Proud sponsor of the STE Dynasty and the Red Raider Roundup. FlexiGrip. Get back in the game.
What if I told you Texas Tech may have one of the most dangerous offensive rooms in the Big 12? Not because of one superstar, not because of one position, but because this roster has options everywhere. A quarterback built to run the system, a running back room with power, speed, and balance, a tight end who might be the best player on the offense. And then there's Micah Hudson, receiver, return man, slot option, gadget weapon, the all-everything playmaker this offense has to find touches for every single week. Today, we're breaking down the Texas Tech 2 deep depth chart and introducing the roster that will bring the Power Raid to life. Guns up!
Welcome back to the Red Raider Roundup, your home for all things Texas Tech Red Raiders in the STE Online Dynasty. Last episode, we introduced new identity, a Georgia Tech-inspired power spread offense built around one word: counter. Everything starts with counter. But now, it's time to answer the next question. Who are the players trusted to run it? The Week 1 depth chart is set, and today we're going position by position through the 2 deep. This is not just a roster review. This is the blueprint for how Texas Tech plans to win. We start at quarterback. QB1 is Will Hammond. Hammond comes in as a redshirt sophomore at 75 overall, and this is the player trusted to lead the new offense. Now, the system does not need the quarterback to throw for 500 yards every week. No. It needs him to be smart. It needs him to be tough. It needs him to make the defense wrong. Hammond will be asked to control the counter game, carry the ball when needed, make quick RPO decisions, and punish defenses when play action when they overcommit. Behind him is Kirk Francis, a redshirt junior at 73 overall. Francis gives Texas Tech experience and a reliable backup option if the offense needs a steady hand. But we're hopeful that Lloyd Jones III will be in the game because I really want him to start, but this is what we have right now, and we're going to run with it. We'll do it live. Grant McDaniel and Stephen Cannon are the young developmental quarterbacks in the room also. For now, this is Hammond's offense. It's his job to lose. But in the Power Raid, the quarterback is not just a passer. He is part of the run game. And that means every snap, every read, and every decision matters. Now let's talk about what may be the strength of this entire offense, the halfback room. This group is loaded. At the top is Cameron Dickey, an 88 overall junior. Dickey gives Texas Tech that all-around back who can handle the workload, run inside, bounce outside, catch the football, and stay on the field in big moments. Behind him is Jacoby Williams, an 86 overall junior. Williams brings speed on third down, and he's the type of back who can turn a simple check down, outside run, or counter crease into a game-changing play. Then there's Quentin Joyner, an 86 overall redshirt freshman. Joyner may be the future of this backfield, but he is talented enough to matter right now. This is what makes this room dangerous. Texas Tech does not have one good back. They have 3. Power, speed, all-around ability. That gives the coaching staff real flexibility. Dickey can be the tone setter. Williams can be the space player. Joyner can be the young, explosive piece who grows as the season goes on. And in a counter-based offense that matters, because if the defense gets tired, this running back room can keep rotating fresh legs and keep attacking. This group has a chance to become the engine of the Power Raid. Now we move outside to the receiver room. Coy Aiken leads the group as an 87 overall senior. Cowboy Coy is the man. Kenny Johnson is right there with him, also an 87 overall senior. That gives Texas Tech 2 veteran receivers who can be trusted in big moments. Malcolm Simmons checks in at 85 overall and brings versatility to the offense. Then we got one of the biggest storylines on the roster, Micah Hudson. He's him. Hudson may be listed 4th at receiver, but make no mistake, he is one of the most important players on this team. This is the gadget weapon, the return man, the slot candidate, the motion player, the screen game threat, the player you circle on the call sheet and say, we need to get him touches. Hudson is our everything weapon. He may line up outside. He may line up in the slot. He may motion across the formation. He may touch the ball on jet sweeps, screens, RPOs, quick passes, deep shots, and returns. And yes, he will be competing for that slot wide receiver role. Right now, Malcolm Simmons is listed as a starting slot receiver, but Hudson is going to push for those snaps. And honestly, that is exactly what you want. Competition creates answers. Simmons gives you size, toughness, and reliability. Hudson gives you electricity. The challenge for the coaching staff is simple. Find ways to get both on the field. Because if defenses are already worried about counter, and then they also have to track Micah Hudson moving around the formation, that is when the offense becomes really dangerous. At the tight end, Texas Tech has one of the best players on the entire roster, Terrence Carter Jr., a 92 overall senior. Carter's a perfect fit for the offense because he gives you both sides of the game. He can block in the counter run game. He can release into the passing game. He can attack linebackers. He can win in the red zone. In this system, the tight end is not just a safety valve. He's a matchup problem. Behind him, Jet Carpenter and Jason Lewin provide experience depth. But make no mistake, Carter's going to be the major piece of this offense. When defense load up to stop the run, Carter may be the player who makes them pay. All right, we're going to go to the offensive line now. Now, we get the most important position group in the power spread, offense. The offensive line. At tackle, Howard Sampson. At left guard, Cash Cleveland. At center, Sheridan Wilson. At right guard, Jordan Church. At right tackle, Jacob Pont rounds out the starting five. This group has responsibility of making the identity real. You can talk about counter all day. You can draw it up perfectly. But if the offensive line does not move people, none of it matters. The good news is Texas Tech has high-end talent up front with Sampson and Wilson anchoring the unit. Felix Ojo is also a major name to watch as a freshman, already listed as a backup at both tackle spots, who may be taking over sooner rather than later. That tells you the staff believes in this future. For the offense to work, the line has to win first down. If they do that, everything opens up. The backs get rolling. The quarterback run game becomes dangerous. The RPOs become easier, and the deep shots start appearing. Let's move on to the defensive line now. Now, the defensive front may be one of the strongest units on the team. At left end, we got one of our big signees in the offseason through the transfer portal, Trey White. Sorry, Feds, I know that's your boy from San Diego State. He is now a Red Raider. He leads the way as a 90 overall senior. At right end, Adam Trick, another transfer through the portal at 88 overall. Inside, AJ Holmes Jr., 92 overall. And then we have Mateen Aroba at 87 overall. That's a pretty serious starting front right there. This group has veterans. This group has ratings. This group has the ability to control the line of scrimmage. Let's go ahead and go into the linebackers now. At linebacker, the defense is led by Ben Roberts. Roberts is the leader of the defense. He is the incumbent to being the man on defense after Jacob Rodriguez went into the NFL draft. He's a communicator. He's a run fitter. He's a player who has to keep everything organized. At right outside linebacker, Austin Romaine gives Texas Tech another 91 overall senior. On the other side, John Curry starts at 82 overall. Starting linebacker group is good. It's strong. The concern is depth. We need to bring some depth, and maybe we can get some of these freshmen in to, give these starters some rest whenever they need it. Health will be huge. Hopefully no injuries happen in the linebacking room. And now we're going to move on to quarterbacks. At cornerback, Texas Tech has a true number one, Bryce Pollock, at 93 overall senior. Pollock is the type of corner who changes how you call defense. You can trust him outside. You can let him challenge receivers. You can build coverage around him. Opposite him is Amir Boyd, 79 overall senior. David Martin is a third corner and also one of the most important players in the secondary. Why? Because he's a slot corner. In today's college football, the slot corner is basically a starter. Teams live in the spread formation, so you need that slot corner to be a dog. All right, now safeties. At free safety, we have Brendan Jordan, who leads the way as an 85 overall senior. He gives Texas Tech experience on the back end and will be responsible for limiting explosive plays. At strong safety, Malik Esqueda gets the start. Behind them are Peyton Morgan, Miguel Dingle Jr., who is actually an outside linebacker who went ahead and moved to safety, Mikael Harrison Pilot, and Oliver Miles III. This group is going to be tested, but if that front seven is out there getting after the quarterback like we hope they will, it won't matter. All right, special teams is next on the list. Special teams could quietly become a major weapon. Stone Harrington returns as kicker. Will Carroll is listed as punter, though Eddie Jensen is also on the roster with a strong rating. Excuse me. Micah Hudson handles both kick return and punt return duties. And that is exactly where he belongs. Every time Hudson touches the ball, there is a chance something special happens. A hidden yardage play, a momentum swing, a return that flips the field, maybe even a touchdown. In a dynasty season, these moments matter. So when you look at this depth chart, a few things stand out. Number one, the halfback room is a strength. Texas Tech has 3 backs who can all help this offense win. Number two, Micah Hudson has to be featured. He is too dynamic to just be another receiver on the depth chart. He is a gadget weapon. He is a return threat. He is competing for slot snaps, and he may become one of the most exciting players in the entire dynasty. Number three, the offensive line has enough high-end talent to make the counter identity real. And number four, the defense has veteran stars at every level. Pollock at corner, Roberts and Romaine at linebacker, Holmes and White up front. This team has pieces. Now the question is simple. Can those pieces become a championship roster? The depth chart is set. The identity is locked in. The power rate is ready. Next episode, we stop talking about potential and finally put this team on the field. Week 1's coming, and Texas Tech is ready to show the country who they are. If you enjoyed this depth chart breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Who's your breakout player this season? Is it Micah Hudson? Is it Quentin Joyner? Is it Will Hammond? Let me know down below, and always play to win, but keep it sim. Guns up.